Hello, my awesome Aries Rising gang. Hope you all are well. Happy to have you here on my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. We're going to read your tarot cards. This will be geared specifically towards Aries Rising, but Aries Sun, Moon, Venus placements, little hair floating through the air, are all welcome to join, as well as everybody else. If you have interest in watching this video, welcome, happy to have you. I am going to be talking a little bit about astrology as I work through this, so that again will be geared more towards Aries Rising. Just so you know in advance, that's all. Come in with an open heart, with an open mind. If the messages that come through don't resonate with you, if they feel strange or foreign, please release them. Just assume they're going out to someone else and it might not be your reading this week. That being said, I hope lots of this does connect with you, the material that comes through. I hope it motivates you, empowers you, inspires you. That's always my goal here at the Intuitive Teacup. And yeah, you're accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. That's about it. We're going to hop into your tarot reading. Let's do it. Aries, all right. Aries energy. Aries is, or Mars is in Cancer rather. So well, that's kind of some crazy uncomfortable energy sometimes. The Hangman is the bottom of your deck. So this card talks about essentially leading up to transformation. You might still be in the period of deciding what to embrace and what to release. And maybe it's both, you know, maybe it's not black or white. Maybe it's not in extremes. Maybe it's a little bit of both this week. So very strong tie to Pisces there, or Neptune, creative, dreamy energy. Imagining what life would be like if you were to move forward with something or if you were to pull back on something. All right, so let's start with the tarot card that's the most interesting, I guess. What do I got for you? You know, it's funny. You have a lot of cards that indicating you're kind of in the middle of it. You don't have a lot of aces or twos or threes. You have a three, but you also don't have endings or completions. You don't have a lot of, you know, nines, tens. You're kind of somewhere in between, which to me, that makes a lot of sense. Maybe there's something you need to finish up this week. Yeah, okay, before you pack up and leave. So under this card of transformation, and again, imagining and embracing what life would be like if you were to move forward with that thing, and also understanding, well, what am I sacrificing? That's a big word with the Hangman. What am I sacrificing in order to do this new thing or to immerse myself more in this project? Like anything, there's balance, right? Anyway, there's a lot of like right in the thick of it energy. That being said, I actually don't see a lot of conflicting cards. You have a few challenging energies, but overall, yeah, anyway, let's just hop in and get you some more specifics. So I guess the first card I want to start with, because this just seems delightful, in your house of creativity and hobbies, you might be in metaphor giving birth to some new creative endeavor or just shining a bigger light on it. Your social life may be coming through very strongly this week, wanting to connect and have fun, see people, a need to sort of express your identity, you know, within society as you know, broad as you want it to be. You may be spending a lot more time with your kids. I suppose this could be if you're trying to get pregnant. I don't think that's the main message here, but you know, if that's your message, sure, take it, run with it. I just like that. It feels fun. It feels very adventurous. You may be exploring some sort of, I'm sort of getting local neighborhood or a neighboring city. It might not be long distance travel, but it might be, as the world is slowly opening back up, you're getting to go back to your favorite restaurant, or you're getting to go do that thing that it's fun, it's delightful, it's easy, it's just pleasure, it's for pleasure, it's for fun. So hey, that's your first message, Aries. We'll take that. But let's kind of get into something a little bit more profound. So there's going to be a new moon in Taurus. I guess let's talk about that. The new moon are typically very nice energies. It's all about starting anew. And it's not to say it's going to come into fruition instantly. You know, when we have the full moon, new moons typically, there's more of like a 6 months trajectory. So that while that may seem far away, it's really nice to know that in your house ruled by Taurus. So for my Aries rising, that is your second house of assets, values, resources, money, finances, self-worth. If you were to start some sort of new project or endeavor or routine in that area of your life, in 6 months, you may just see the reward of that or, you know, long-term results from it. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. So I would even say that with this, you have a money card coming up in your house of money, so that's great. It's not going to be a barren week or a barren month. It may also talk about just continuing on what you've already started to build, because it's not the ace, so it's not brand new. So with this Taurus, new moon in Taurus, of course you can start something new, but you may also be continuing to build upon something, a project or whatever that you have already started. There could be a collaboration with someone very wealthy in the coming month. In your 8th house, you have the 9 of Pentacles, lady. So self-made man, self-made woman. She's very abundant. She's very confident. She's very positive, and she's a hard worker. She's worked hard for everything she has. So there's an element of luxury and wealth to this card. It's Venus and Virgo. Venus more in the sense of money. Sure, relationships and love, but reading it in terms more of business collaborations, I think someone has their eye on you, Aries rising specifically. And they might not be coming in yet. It might sort of be something that's a little bit hidden away. But yeah, I think communication is going to come about, especially when Jupiter moves into Pisces, which is happening this week. There's an increase on communication, especially if you are, your 12th house is ruled by Pisces, and that has a very close connection to the Hanged Man. There's something about an increase in this sort of information coming to you to help you make an important decision. And part of this decision may not actually totally rest on the knowledge you have now. It could be you gain or acquire more information or knowledge or a new offer, a new whatever, romantic or business offer that helps you make a more informed decision or allows you to make a decision with much more confidence than you had before. I like that. That's really cool. So Mars is moving through your 4th house. Mars is the planet of action and energy. So transiting through your 4th house ruled by Cancer. A lot of times this has to do with our family relationships, our past, our connection to our past lives, ancestors, things of that sort. It can have to do with land, real estate, property, quite literally where you make yourself a little cozy nest, where you reside. You have the 7 of Swords, so I feel like you're talking yourself in circles. You say one thing but do another, and I don't necessarily think this has to do with anyone else per se. You might just be self-sabotaging and wanting to move forward with something, but always talking yourself out of it. That's really what I'm getting from this. Especially something in photography or the arts. Wanting to start your own business, but then being like, no, I can't. It's not a good time. So again, not the most impossible energy I've ever seen. Just sort of where are you playing tricks on yourself? There's a strong connection to Mercury there too. An offer from your past may come back around, again, with someone who may be quite wealthy or someone who has a lot of money or wants you to do even something in home design. If that's your career, you work inside people's homes, renovating or painting or something. You could have a very wealthy client reach out to you again. If they had before and either you couldn't move forward with it because it just didn't work out, it didn't fit, it wasn't, compatible with your schedule at the time. Or it's possible if this is more in terms of a contract hire position and they're contracting you, you may have declined it or turned it down, but I see something about that coming back around again. Something about the past, it was left unfinished, and not even necessarily purposely. Something you feel like, oh, I could never go back to that, or oh, I burned that bridge, they're never going to consider me again. That's not true. And I don't know why I'm harping on this, but someone who, if they're not wealthy, they have a lot of power and status that could help you get ahead in whatever industry this is. There's information coming from that person. And again, with 7 of Swords, it has a lot of connotations, but because this is a positive aspect, these aspects are all in water, they're trining, there's something that is actually quite helpful. And I would even say, almost like a divine plan. Like, no, you were always meant to leave this unfinished because it wasn't finished. You were always meant to go back and return to this house of the past. It didn't happen until, your chart ruler, Aries rising, Mars comes back to this position of the past that the flame gets reinvigorated or reunited. Could it be a romantic relationship? Maybe, you can interpret this as exactly how you want to. That's not really the most, profound message coming to me, but hey, sure. If that makes sense to you and you're happy, trying to manifest that and work with it, if you're excited to hear that, then sure, I'm not going to rain on your parade. For most of you, this has more to do with a business partner, a business collaborator, or something that, if it's not the past, it has to do with, again, land or property, or if you work in people's homes, if you work in like residential type stuff or realty or something like that. Anyway. Especially photographing houses or photographing land. Or I suppose it could be more like, what is that expression? Like scenic painters. I don't know why I'm seeing that. But you could be commissioned by someone. That's what I mean. Like there's an element of someone who has very high status or symbol or great influence in that particular niche or community. It's like they choose you. They're wanting to recruit you. And you may have trepidation about it. You may have trust issues with this person, or feel like at one point in time they didn't pay you what you were worth, or they lowballed you on the salary. It's possible they may come back with a new offer. I would not discount that. Again, something about this is very positive, so that's why the Seven of Swords doesn't bother me here. With Mars moving through that house, watch your temper, watch your words, especially when Mercury moves into retrograde at the end of the month. There's going to be confusion about our communications. Mars is excellent for leadership, for pioneering spirit, for energy and endurance, and just getting in there confidently. I think this person would admire and appreciate that quality to you, but also make sure, and I would say this to any zodiac sign, this is not specific to you, Mars in Cancer can lead to provoking that kind of bitchy energy in all of us, male or female. It has this sort of agitated, moody, emotional, but aggravated thing. So again, just be cognizant, be aware of that, because sometimes Mars in Cancer could manifest for you, especially in terms of your past. Someone who you had an aggravated or agitated relationship with, it might come back around, but I would argue maybe it's coming around for a very good reason. Maybe you're going to heal this and finally move forward with some sort of tremendous collaboration that could be very helpful to you. You know, just saying. So then, so many cards to talk about. Where do we want to go from here? You have a couple cards of liberation coming up. Yeah, this offer, I think these are connected. This person who makes an offer to you or comes back for negotiation. Again, right now it's hidden, so it may take a couple weeks for this to come in. Something about that provides you liberation. So maybe it's just freedom from the burden of carrying around that awkwardness of what transpired between you. Maybe you can actually fix it and heal it. And for not only liberation in terms of your psychology regarding this person, or again, that sort of uncomfortable energy that was never discussed, the elephant in the room, it may also give you an opportunity to move and expand your career, especially if you're more of an entrepreneur. There's huge strides forward in the way you view yourself in the coming weeks. In a very positive way. I think you start to respect yourself more, or you realize that upping your price tag or your value really does match your skills and talents. You're seeing yourself in a more beautiful light, and it shows. Other people are seeing that about you too. That's what I mean. This person, admires you for the same reasons that maybe you admire them. If you live at a distance from someone romantically, it seems like you guys are planning a trip to meet. It's funny, I'm always getting meet in the middle. Does that make sense to any of you? If not, it could be travel from theirs to yours, but I see you both traveling. Could also be, you hop on a plane to meet them there, and then you guys take some, long weekend trip up the coast of, there's travel for both of you. So yes, it's probably together, unless you're trying time apart, but I really don't get that. You have a lot of positive cards. Liberation from a job may allow you to travel a little bit more. Maybe you're being able to set your own schedule. Yeah, I see you actually giving really positive pushback in terms of your tasks and responsibilities, your job description at work. There's kind of this newfound empowerment again, where if it's not in your jurisdiction, if it's not your job, I think you're no longer just like, sure, slap it on me, I'll take it. And not to say you always were like that, but for some of you, if you had trouble setting boundaries, I see you becoming much more assertive about what you're willing to do and what you're not. Yes, some of you may have renegotiated a contract that allows you more vacation time or better health benefits, or it really does benefit you, but it does come with the energy of giving pushback. So if that's uncomfortable for you, that's going to be a really tremendous learning opportunity for my Aries rising. It's possible that a Leo, you may start dating a Leo or be flirting with one, having a really nice connection with one. It could also be a single parent, whoever that is. Someone from the past could reach out to you unexpectedly, and it's not necessarily in fact, that may be happening in multiple areas of your life. This one doesn't actually seem like an aggravated relationship. It's almost like someone extends an olive branch, or just maybe someone messages you on social media, someone you went to high school or college with or whatever. Someone extends an offer to you, or just a communication, and it's something about it. It's with great ease. It's not the rough and rocky waters of a tumultuous relationship. It's just like, oh, Isn't this nice? This is like a day in the park. That's me doing a rowboat, in case you couldn't tell. This is about mental peace of mind, mental clarity, moving from an area where there was much confusion into this newfound sense of confidence, of knowledge, of knowing something you didn't know before. Some of you, it's just someone reveals that they're interested in you, or even if you always considered someone a friend and had no idea they had feelings for you, someone may present you with a more serious sexual maybe offer or romantic offer. And the thing is, I think you take the bait, and I see no reason why you shouldn't. I shouldn't have used take the bait because that implies there's malicious intentions here. And I actually like this. Someone extends an offer to you and you're like, yes, I'll take that. And I keep wanting to do the canoe and the rowboat. There's just something, it's lovely. It's like a jolly holiday in Mary Poppins. I love that song. All right. So yes, new moon, setting new goals, for your spending habits, for your money, for your self-worth, your resources. Mercury and Venus have recently transited into the sign of Gemini. So for my Aries risings, Gemini rules over the third house of communications, daily rituals, siblings. Sometimes it's to do with sales and business, your social life, your extended family, things of that sort. So you're building upon what is there already. Mercury is, again, a lot to do with our speech, our mind, our communicative skills, our talking, our intellect, things of that sort. You seem to be spending a lot of energy in writing right now. Your focus is not so much communicating via the mouth. It's more in writing. It could also be online too. Some of you are writing a book. There's going to be a lot more energy put into writing a book or the process of writing, researching. And again, it's probably to set you up for future success with money. But with this, I don't know why, I'm just getting, you may have to spend a little to gain a lot in the future. I'm hearing the word safety proof too. So for some of you, this may even have to do with like an insurance plan or something about safety proof. Prepare for it so that you're good to go just in case this happens, or, negative or positive, just in case this takes off, you have the resources to, supply and demand. There's something about thinking long-term to prepare yourself for what's to come, but I do think it's positive, especially with Venus transiting that house. You're going to be falling in love with new ideas. Now, I know that's not what you thought I was going to say, but that's exactly what I was going to say. Falling in love with your ideas, with your mind. There's a newfound curiosity and intrigue and almost a, like being turned on by ideas right now. It's almost being relayed to me in sort of like this sexual, like, ooh, yeah. But especially if you are writing or doing some sort of, I don't know what else it would be, but I'm getting the image of someone writing. It flows out of you effortlessly. That's very Mercury and Gemini. It's just the words are there, the intelligence, the speech patterns, it's flowing out. It might be too much at times, but it's giving you lots to work with, and then you can go back and cherry pick what's good there. But there's just a flow to your writing, your poetry, your lyrics, whatever it is that you're doing. It doesn't have to be writing per se, but I do see that a lot. And so maybe some of you are really utilizing, even this makes sense to me too, especially if you are a creative writer or writing about something artistic. There's the potential for Neptune to cause a little bit of confusion when it makes sort of a difficult relationship with Mercury and Venus. So Neptune is very dreamy, ethereal. Let's live with our head in the clouds. It's very prominent in artists. Neptune is that kind of dreamy, romantic, artistic planet. But with that, it dissolves anything that is factual. It wants you to escape. It wants you to live in fantasy land. So if you're writing something that is like, math and science and it has very defined rules, in the coming weeks, that's going to be a little bit more of a strain or a struggle because, again, Neptune has that cloud of fog or confusion. But for some of you who are writing plays or you're writing movies or you're writing books and it allows you to be sort of creative, that's where you can really take advantage of this, because with the square aspect, yes, there will be challenge and struggle, but you can lessen that if you utilize what the planets are lending to you. So we know Mercury is the mind, and again, writing for a lot of you. Venus is your money, as well as beauty, art, pleasure, things of that sort, similar to Neptune. So if you're writing about fantasy, this won't be as difficult, other than maybe you have writer's block one day. Others of you, if you're trying to be very precise and pinpoint factual details or cherry pick things of communication, there might be confusion on what is the best to work with. What a very unusual message that is to come through, but Saturn is going to be positively helping you though too. So as much as you may have moments of writer's block, but that's the thing, it comes and goes in waves though, because other days it's going to be that Mercury and Gemini where it's just like, like you have everything mapped out for you. Saturn is also going to be helping you sort of bring it in, reel it in so that you're not going a mile a minute. It's going to force you to sort of hunker down and be responsible and commit to this. But again, you will see reward from it. This is something you're building towards, especially if you're wanting to be an independent writer. An entrepreneur, but especially in the art world. I don't know why I'm getting it. I just am. I see you working alone at your desk and loving every minute of it. You're building up to that moment. So maybe you're having to work a part-time job. Maybe there's a struggle of still having to take those contract positions while doing the 9 to 5 or whatever. Again, don't burn yourself out. You know your health and wellness better than I do. But something good comes of this. An offer is extended because of all the work that you've already sort of put forth to build your resume, to build your portfolio. And the thing is, I think you enjoy it, so you're willing to have Saturn come down as that taskmaster because you know you have to, there's a responsibility that comes with Saturn. So if you put responsibility in creating your dreams and things you love, well, then that's going to work out beautifully for you, isn't it, Aries? All right, Aries, that's what I got for you this week. This is actually, you have really great cards. I genuinely love this reading. So if you did, like it. Hit the like button for me. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I appreciate you guys being here and showing up every week. It means the world to me. And on that note, thank you to everyone who entered the contest for the free tarot giveaway. I am going to announce the winners of that giveaway right now. What's up, guys? Super excited to announce the winners of the free tarot giveaway. Congratulations to Michelle, Kristen, Jennifer, and Joe. Thank you guys for entering the contest. I'm already in talks with them about their tarot reading. Thanks for being a part of Team Teacup. And thank you additionally to everyone who submitted their entry, everybody who left those really fun, beautiful comments. I loved reading through them. And doing this competition tarot giveaway was so much fun for me. I definitely plan to do more in the future. So if you didn't win this one, definitely show up to the next one and submit your entry. Details on that to be determined sometime in the future. But thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of my soul tribe. And I look forward to interacting with you guys more here on my channel on YouTube.